The very first scale involving the backwards extension of the first finger you're likely to learn is B flat major, which is a requirement in grade 2 of the ABRSM syllabus. Now, if you haven't already done so, you might want to take a look at the little video I made about well, how to get started on the backwards extension and how to practice getting really secure in it first. I've posted the links to that below this video, so maybe take a few minutes to go over that. Now, in B flat major, we're using the first finger twice, and in both cases it will be extended. And as I'm describing in the video which I made about how to set up the backwards extension, it's important that we always set up our whole hand before we start. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this scale as well. So we're not just going to find the second finger B flat we're starting on, but especially we're going to set up our fourth finger, because that's going to be our anchor for everything. So you see, I've got my hand neatly lined up here. Fourth finger is down on C, second finger is down. And now, before I start, I'm going to extend my first finger backwards, and note that my fourth finger, my third finger, my second finger and my thumb are not leaving their places whatsoever. So if you do a really, really good setup before you start, you should have no problem playing the entire scale in tune. So I'll take you through it note by note. We start on B flat, second finger, fourth finger, open string. Notice my first finger is already extended, and now I play the first finger, but my fourth finger does not leave its spot. Hand goes across, and same again. You see, fourth finger stays where it is. And back down. And then you can finally relax the first finger. So throughout you could see that there was hardly any movement in my arm whatsoever. Now, one thing I tend to see a lot when students first attempt B flat major is that as soon as you play the first extension, the other fingers do something like that. They come back, and then it's a bit of a scramble for the other notes, and usually intonation tends to suffer. So be really, really, really strict with yourself. You do not allow your other fingers to come back. And as I'm saying in my previous video about the backwards first finger extension, one thing that really helps is to consciously think about pulling your fourth finger, your third and fourth finger, into the opposite direction to the first finger, and that kind of counteracts that urge a little bit. Yeah. So one small little note about the slurred version, especially if you're doing long tonic, because here you will have to slur across the strings. Twice. Now these crossings have to be incredibly smooth. What we don't want to see is any kind of jerky, very sudden, jagged movement. There's a little trick which I'm going to tell you about, which really helps to learn a smooth string crossing. Look down towards your bridge, and you can see when you do that how far away your bow hair is from the next string you need to get to. And if you practice that really slowly, you can now practice bringing that hair gradually closer until you reach the next string. And practicing every single string crossing like that, it will just make such a difference to the quality of the final scale. So I hope this was helpful, and if you did find it helpful, please smash that like button and subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you soon.